guys, so we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to do assessments. We usually do this on the weekend when our challenges start, and we do invite all of our members. What we normally do is have everybody come in, they grab their assessment sheet, which you guys should have a copy of. They grab one of these tape measures and make sure they find a partner, and the important thing is that they don't go ahead. You want to make sure that they're measuring the right spots, so you do not want them to go ahead of you. Everybody should do it together as a class. So first thing I do is I always make sure everyone has a partner. I have people raise their hands if they don't. Try to pair people together. If there's an odd number, I will usually have a third person just kind of join in that group. And then what we try to do is keep the energy good, but what's important is that everybody follows with you, like I said, and that the room is quiet while you're trying to explain where to measure them. So first thing we do is we tell them how to measure each other. They have a tape measure. We're going to measure their waist. That's first. So I have my partner Travis. He's going to be here. First thing you want to tell them to do is to stand behind their partner. You're going to tell them to put the tape measure right in the center of their belly button. Okay, perfect. There it is. You want to make sure they go all the way around, that they don't squeeze the tape measure too tight, too snug, and that they don't have any fingers inside of the tape measure. So they would go ahead, tell them what their measurement is, and then Travis would be my partner, and he would do the same with me. I tell him where my belly button is, and then he would measure around. Second measurement we're going to do is going to be hips. So this is an important one where people don't pay attention. You want to make sure everyone's feet are touching all the way together. That's going to be important. It kind of narrows the hips down so they're not standing wide, okay? So once you look around the room and you realize everybody is pretty much done measuring their waist, you're going to measure their hips. So what I like to do is put the tape behind. I'll kind of come to the side and I'll tell Travis to tell me where the center of his glutes are. I don't know where the middle of his glutes are. So he's going to put it there. I'll come all the way around and give him his measurement. Again, you just want to make sure that there aren't any fingers that are in there and that they're not pulling on it really tight. Next measurement you guys are going to do, pretty simple. You're going to do the base of the neck. So we're going to measure your partner's neck. So you just want to make sure you go right around the base of the neck. Again, not going too tight or choking your partner. Once one person goes, the other person's going to measure, okay? Next measurement is going to be chest. Easiest way for you guys to do this is going to be to stand behind your partner. You want to put the tape measure right in front of them. You're going to tell them to put it right in the center of their chest, which is nipple line. You're going to go all the way around. So Travis, if you could turn around too so that they can see. The goal is when you guys are doing this, have them put their arms down by their side. You want to make sure the tape measure is completely straight and there aren't any fingers in there. So again, arms should not be up. Once they put the tape measure where it belongs, arms go down by their side, okay? Next measurement is usually a tough one for everybody, only because it's the shoulders, and a lot of people end up getting the top of the chest, or people have a material on their shirt that's slippery. So this is the easiest way. I do it with our clients here. I'll stand in front of them. I'll put the tape measure, or kind of tug on the tape measure, because he does have that shirt that's a little bit slippery. And all you want to do is go right across the top. You don't want to get any part of the chest. You just want to get the very top of the shoulders. What I like to do is walk around holding the tape measure to make sure that the tape measure is straight, make sure it's not too low. So again, now I need to adjust it just a little bit, bring it in, and then you can give them their measurement. You want to make sure that the tape measure at the back isn't curved. It's completely straight, very top of the shoulders, not catching any part of the chest, okay? Then we're going to go to lower body. So next measurement for lower body, you guys are going to measure their thighs. On the assessment sheet, it'll say left and right thigh. There will be a number next to it or a line next to it. What that is for is you're going to have the clients grab the tape measure. You're going to have them put it at the very top of their kneecap. The number 1 is at the top. You're going to go all the way up. And for me, like the middle of my thigh would be 7 inches from my kneecap, okay? So I guess I have long legs. So what I would do is next to where it says left and right thigh, right in that box, not where I'm actually taking the measurement, I'm gonna put 7 inches. Reason for that is every time we do an assessment, I'm gonna make sure I go 7 inches above my kneecap so that I measure the same exact spot. It's not one assessment I'm measuring up here, the next assessment I'm measuring down there. So whoever's my partner knows exactly where to measure. So that's what you do first, 7 inches, I'll put 7 on both, and then your partner's gonna measure. So here, I'm gonna pretend Travis said his was 6, so he's gonna put his finger right there for me. What I'm gonna do is put the tape measure all the way around, okay? Make sure the tape measure is nice and straight, there aren't any fingers I like to make sure that the tape measure isn't bubbling at the bottom or rounded, and then you're gonna give them their measurement. So do the same thing, left and right thigh. Also, it's normal for people to have different measurements on their left and right side. You just wanna make sure that you explain that. Once everyone's done doing their measurements together as a partner, one person goes, they do both sides, the other person goes. Next measurement's calves, okay? So it's gonna be the thickest part of the calf. So you wanna come around. I think Travis wants to show off his calves here. You're gonna come around and just do the thickest part of the calf, give them their measurement on one side and then the other side. Okay, then you're gonna move to upper body. Upper body, we're gonna start off with upper arms. So this is what's important. Everybody has to flex. So we're gonna start with this side of Travis's arm. You can say left or right. And again, make sure no one goes ahead of you. If you see someone going ahead of you, please make sure you call them out, because the next time you guys do this assessment, the measurements won't be right. So we're gonna do his bicep here, which is his upper arm. It has to be right in the center of the bicep, okay? So right around the center. Again, I have no fingers in there. I'll tell him where his measurement is. So we'll do his right side, his left side, give him that measurement. Next one, you guys, we're gonna do forearms. So you're gonna put your arms all the way out. Okay, what you want to do is get that thick part right below the elbow. So you're going to go all the way around, put the tape measure there, and give them their measurement, okay? So again, they're not trying to flex as hard as they can. They're just putting their arm out, extending it, and you just want to go right below the elbow. You're going to do both sides. Next measurement, which is the last measurement, you guys are going to do wrists. So pretty simple, just right around the base of the wrist, okay? So again, you want to make sure that the clients are keeping a good pace with you while you're doing it. Look around the room. A lot of times I like to walk around with another trainer, if I have another trainer, to make sure people are doing the measurements properly. Once I've demonstrated on someone how to do it, then I'll walk around and make sure everybody's measuring their waist properly, their hips properly, and so on. And again, you just want to make sure you're not going too far ahead or going too fast, because then people will mess up their measurements. Once we've done that, everybody's done. I have everyone bring back their stuff. And then I have them grab their weights. So I always say for ladies, anybody starting off, if you guys are partnered up with another female, you're gonna grab a set of 10-pound dumbbells. So if I had another female partner, I would grab a set of 10-pound dumbbells that we would share. Men usually start off with 15-pound dumbbells. Unless they've done an assessment before and used heavier weight, we always have them start with that. So again, if I had a female partner, I'd grab one set of weights. If I were partnered with Travis and he's a male, I would grab a set of 10s and he would grab a set of 15s, because we'd be doing different weights. Also, everybody would need a depth guide. So normally what I have them do is grab a step or one of the medicine balls, which we'll show in just a few minutes what that looks like. I'll have them put it by their stuff, by their papers, and then what I tell them what we're gonna do is start the mile. What's important is during assessments, you keep the energy extremely high. So before we go out and we do the mile, I usually have everybody come around, crowd into a circle, put their hands in the middle, and go 1, 2, 3, hardcore, or everyone's super excited. So we want to keep the energy really high and get them going. And then I'm going to show you guys kind of what we do when we go outside for the mile. What? All right, guys, so basically this is where we start our mile. We come out to the back. Everybody normally lines up right here where Travis is. We have a little benchmark that we start at. Usually there's a big crowd here. What I do is I get everybody excited. I tell them, are you guys ready to run your mile? They say, yeah. Travis, are you ready? Yeah, he's excited. All right. So we try to get everyone super excited. Again, we explain where they're going to run the mile to make sure everyone's doing the same thing, going the same way. What's important is we tell everyone to please make sure they remember their time, because the trainer is not going to remember what time we call out. So as they're running in, you want to make sure that they listen for their time. So again, we count it down. We go, okay, you guys ready? Travis is ready. Yeah, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Woo, he's running that mile. And he's running back in from his mile time, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, fastest mile in history. Woo! So that's what we normally will say. We'll stand here, tell them what their time is. We're cheering them in as they walk in or run in. All right, guys, so everyone's back from the mile. Again, you just want to make sure that everyone is back before you get started. Once everyone's back, I usually get everybody hyped up and everyone's screaming. I encourage them and tell them they did amazing on the mile on the mic. And again, the energy is extremely high while they're doing this. Then what I do is Travis is going to demonstrate basically how we explain the exercises. So first thing on there is they're going to do every exercise for a minute. They are partnered up. One person goes while the other person counts. So if Travis was going, I would go ahead and count for him. Now, as you guys can see, he put the dumbbell down on the ground because that's going to be his depth guide. So people can do push-ups 2 different ways. They can do them on their knees. If they do them on their knees, they have to make sure their hips are all the way down.
Their chest touches that barbell or that dumbbell all the way down and back up. They lock their arms all the way out. So again, you just want to make sure you're telling people not to stick their butt out, Travis, like people normally do. Yep, and doing push-ups that way. You want to make sure that they're coming all the way down, hips down, chest touches the dumbbell, okay? Or they can do it on their feet, regular push-ups. Okay, regular push-ups all the way up and down. The thing you have to tell them is however they start is how they have to end. They can't change their mind midway and decide to do knee push-ups if the regular push-ups are too hard. So you'll do 1 minute and you'll make sure that the trainer has a ton of energy as they're counting down. What I like to do is count down the last 10 seconds as loud as I can, but I usually let them know what they have. If they have 30 seconds left, 20 seconds left, 10 seconds. As they're doing their 10 seconds, then I count down 10, 9, 8, and everyone's screaming and cheering for each other. Once that's done, okay, Travis would write down the number he did on his assessment sheet. I'm gonna say he did 70 push-ups. I'm gonna say he's a superstar. He's gonna write down 70, okay? Then I would go, it'd be my turn. So same thing, you guys just wanna make sure you're kind of running through it quickly. After I do my push-ups, next exercise would be sit-ups. So this is how we explain it, okay? Partner can stand on their feet or they can hold their feet down. If they're standing on their feet, obviously we want them to make sure they communicate and they're not crushing their partner's toes. Okay, so the goal is to come all the way up and all the way down for the push-ups. Okay, they're gonna go as far as they can. I'm just gonna put one foot on Travis here. Okay, so we start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Travis does as many push-ups as he can in a minute, okay? What I like to tell people is not to put their hands around their legs and use their legs to anchor them up. If somebody can't sit all the way up, the goal is for them to come up as high as they possibly can. And of course, we want to count that. We don't want to discourage people, just like that, okay? Next one we're going to be doing dips. So we're going to find a box, or you guys can use a bench. What I usually tell people is we can have 4 people to a box or to a bench. And again, anytime you get to this exercise, people always need reminding that they're partnering and that they're counting for each other. So one person goes, other person counts. So what's important here is your body stays close to the box. You can do it 2 ways. And on your sheet, it says feet in or feet out, knees bent or feet out. So you can do it with your knees bent. I'm gonna have Travis demonstrate. He's gonna come all the way down, keeping his body really close to that box as he's doing it. Okay, other way he can do it is keeping his legs all the way out and coming down as far as he can. There we go, locking out those elbows at the very top. Again, just like the push-ups, you can't change your mind midway if you decide that legs out is too hard for you, okay? After we do those dips, one person goes, other person counts. You're gonna explain the next exercise, which is going to be shoulder press. Okay, this one's important. You wanna make sure you command the room. Tell everyone to please listen to you, and there's a reason for this, okay? When they're doing their shoulder press, knees are bent, core is tight, you wanna make sure they come all the way up, lock their arms out at the top, and they come down to ear level. That's a full shoulder press, okay? Also, you wanna make sure that they're not using their knees. So no push press. Can you demonstrate a push press? That's a push press. So they cannot. They have to lock their legs or keep their knees bent, but stay extremely straight, controlled movement, all the way up and down, okay? So you wanna make sure you're going around, you're correcting everybody's form. Again, they have 1 minute to do it, then their partner is gonna go and do the same exact thing. Next upper body movement is going to be bicep curls. So you wanna make sure their palms are facing up. Same thing, knees are bent, core is tight. They're gonna come all the way up, squeeze their biceps, and come all the way down. What's important is they get full extension, okay? We don't want any half bicep curls. So just like this, all the way down, you want to instruct them to go down and walk around if they're having improper form and correct them. Also, no swinging of the body. So no swinging, you cannot use momentum to use it. So you want to make sure you demonstrate it the proper way. We always want to explain the do's and don'ts for these exercises. Okay, last exercise after each person is gone is going to be squats. So we have a step here. You can also use one of your medicine balls. It's about the same height, okay? So what's important here is that people use the step for depth guide. It's not for decoration. Their butt has to go all the way down to the step. So we have them normally start off body weight. If somebody else has done this before and they've done it with weight, then we tell them to continue to do it with the weight. But just how Travis is doing it, he's seated, he comes all the way up. Yep, perfect, keeping his chest up, pushing through his heels, and that's what you want. Every time you wanna make sure that butt touches. What I don't wanna see is them coming down and missing that step right there and coming right back up, okay? Exactly, just like that. Full squats, up and down. Again, you wanna make sure everyone has a depth guide. If you run out of steps, you run out of medicine balls, we have used some of the heavier dumbbells, which you can kind of see are right over there in the corner. We just wanna make sure it is the same height. So again, after everybody is done, we give them a round of applause. We're super excited for them, and we have them write their stuff on their sheets.
So this is for the first assessment. That's what we normally do. We get everyone super excited. Again, everybody is usually extremely exhausted from it, but they are feeling encouraged because they've had their partner clapping for them, or if they're on a team, they have some of their team supporting them. When you do this again, the next 30 days, you're gonna be doing the same exact thing. You wanna make sure that they partner up. Sometimes I have them partner up with other people on other teams just to make sure that there is some good camaraderie between everyone. What's important though, at the end of the 30-day assessment and the 60-day, the last assessment, is we usually have a board. And what we do is we have 40, 50 boards out here with markers, and we tell everybody to write down their progress. It's super important that they write down what they're proud of, what they've accomplished. So you'll see them write down after their assessment, they'll sit down and they'll write down improved mile by 1 minute, lost 6% body fat based on the scan. Inches, what we have them do is basically where they started their inches from the first assessment to the second assessment, see how many inches they've lost, and we do it again at the 60-day one or close to the end, whichever day it is, how many inches they've lost total. So again, they're writing down all their accomplishments. What I normally do is have them stand in front of the logo that's right there, and I take a picture of each and every person with their board super excited. Then what I do is I post it on the members page, I post it on the challenge page, and I also post it on my personal page, and I make sure I tag all the members on each page, including my personal page, because a lot of times it'll show up on their Facebook pages, and it's kind of a way to show their progress, but also advertise what we're doing here. So that's pretty much it. That's how we do our assessment. We're gonna be doing assessments very shortly, so hopefully I'll have some more video for you guys to kind of give you guys an example of how the energy is and how the excitement is and how fast paced it goes. All right, guys. Good luck.